I'm Georgia Train, and this is the story of The Lost Lion, Lion Beast, the album that vanished. So in case it's not already clear, I'm a singer-songwriter.
You're not gravitational, but when you pull, I don't feel my feet, I lose it and I fall for you anyway.
I'm a vocal coach, I'm a student therapist, and I'm one half of the band Bitter Ruin.
But I'd kill for you now, and I know you're right now, but she knows you.
This is the strangest story I think I've ever had to tell. But back in 2024, I was writing an album. The songs were coming along nicely, and in 2025, I then experienced a miscarriage. In particular, experiencing a miscarriage going through the UK medical system and after 5 years of infertility. This changed the way that the songs looked, it changed the lyrics, it made them feel more layered and more meaningful. And alongside this, studying to become a therapist myself, I was integrating real-time processing techniques while going through trauma and writing this album. And then in 2026, the album was very nearly finished. We were in the mixing stages. We had recorded the strings, the drums, the guitars, the bass, the synths, the production had been built. It was ready to mix, and we lost it. So in a series of events that I'm still baffled by to this day, 2 separate hard drives that held the album in 2 separate locations both broke on the same day, almost within the same hour. And as I was texting my producer to tell him that my hard drive had broken, he was texting me. And we went through every single recovery process that you can think of. We sent the hard drives to professionals. There was nothing that could be done. And ultimately, the main hard drive with most of the sessions on was incinerated in a warehouse in Surrey somewhere. Devastated, I considered actually just throwing the album away. But I'd already spent a lot of time, 2 years, and a lot of money, about £6,000, getting the album to where it was going to be. Now, making an album once is difficult, but making the same album again is a different kind of difficult. But this is where you come in, because you see, back in 2013, Bitter Ruin, my old band, took to Kickstarter when we were, again, desperate and devastated. We'd just been dropped by our label and we needed to self-fund an album. And it was here that we raised £33,000 and we were able to bring that album to life. Now, some of the people that backed that Kickstarter project, I know are still actually engaging with what I do and still listening to my music today. And it's some of those same people that have actually encouraged me to do this. Now, I'm scared to do this, but I know that if I have your full support, it only takes a little bit from a lot of people. And that's where Kickstarter comes in. And see, the brilliant thing about this project is I don't need £33,000. The album is going to cost £13,000 to rebuild. Now, I am more than happy to cover half of that myself, but I actually cannot make it happen if I have to cover the full amount. So I'm asking us to split it down the middle. £6,500 is our target on Kickstarter, and the other £6,500 will be paid for by me. And what your £6,500 will do is create the music. So every penny that you pledge will go directly into the hands of an artist or somebody within the independent artist community. What's wonderful about doing it this way is there's no middleman, there's no fancy label, or you're not going straight to a streaming service that pays their artists 0.0005 pence per stream. You're coming directly to the artists. And so when you hand over £1, that £1 will be spent on one note of the album. So it's going to go to people like the string players, the orchestrator, the producer, the photographer, people that are pressing the album to vinyl, people that are mastering the album, mixing the album, the percussion. And I'm not taking anything, by the way. This is all going to the making of the album. And I think that's really cool. I think that's reason enough to pledge. You're directly reinvesting into the independent artists community. But obviously, this isn't a donation drive, and I'm not asking you to pledge for nothing. You're going to get goods in return for what you pay. So I've spent the last month thinking really hard about how I can put together some rewards that are going to be really satisfying to every different type of customer, offer some once in a lifetime opportunities to purchase stuff and get the music out there. So there are a few simple packages ranging from £1 to just support the album all the way up to £500. These packages are going to include things like the digital album, a track-by-track commentary album, the lost mixes, so you get to hear the old album, which is nuts. You hear how it was and how it is now. You're going to get signed vinyls. You're going to get my back catalogue of vinyls. You get thank you postcards. You get your name on the album sleeve. You have the opportunity to get one of the 5 white label test pressings. You even have the opportunity to grab, once in a lifetime, the dress that I was wearing on the album cover. That's right, the clothes on my body. Have them. For top tiers, there'll be instrumental albums, there'll be handwritten lyrics, there'll be lyric booklets, and I wanted to show you a couple of things now. So here we go. So these are the things that I already have printed that I can show you. So the first thing is the postcards. So most of the packages are going to have a Georgia Train photography postcard. I'm going to write you a little message on the back and send that to you as a lovely little thank you, a lovely little reminder of your contribution. You're also going to be able to select one of the final few vinyls of my previous albums. That's Needles and Pinches. Only a very small handful of these ones left, and I'm never going to repress these ones. This is Puncture. So there's an example of how the albums look. They're absolutely gorgeous. And this double vinyl that we're about to produce for Lion Beast, the more money we get through Kickstarter, the more beautiful it's going to be, because I will be able to put money directly into the pressing of the vinyls and creating gorgeous album covers. So we have 33 days to raise £6,500. And here's the thing, if we go over that and we decide to aim for a stretch goal of £10,000, there's more stuff that I can offer you, and there's more stuff that I can accomplish as a musician. So if we get to £6,500, which is the first goal, great. We get the album, we get the packages. If we reach £10,000, I am going to re-record all of the songs again, but in a completely different style. So an acoustic style. So this will be with piano, it could be with guitar, but it will be much more vocally revealing and offer a completely different harmonic colour to the album. So another album if we get to £10,000. And then if we get to £15,000, I will actually be able to put some money into the promotion of this. So radio and online promotion is not cheap, folks. And at the moment, I have no way to get the song on the radio, no way to get promotion for it, because it all costs money. But if we get there, then I am going to also include an a cappella vocal album to every backer, regardless of what tier you pledged. So with your help, I want to resurrect Lion Beast, and I want to introduce it to the rest of the world. Please pledge now. Kickstarter is an all or nothing model, which means that if I don't reach my target, even if I'm £1 short of my target, I get nothing. So if you're thinking about pledging, don't think, oh, I'll do it after lunch, or oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or oh, I'll do it next week. Please try and pledge now. It's so important that I try and raise the funds quickly. This helps Kickstarter see that our project is doing well. It pushes us up the algorithm. More people see us, and it's easier for us all to hit that target if we pledge in the first few days. So just to finish on the songs on this album, they are phenomenal. The work that's gone into them and the craft that has gone into them is spectacular. These are orchestrated. They are gorgeous pieces of art. And we've had one heck of a trial run. So now we can come back, and when we're re-recording, we're thinking go bigger, go better, go stronger, make these songs more than they ever were. And with your help, I can afford the orchestra, I can afford the double deluxe vinyl packaging, and maybe even the opportunity to shout about this album in online promotion and radio. And if you're still watching this, congratulations, you are about to hear some snippets of where the album is at today. So we have started the rebuilding process. We are waiting to see if the Kickstarter is successful before we know if we can afford the orchestra. But what you hear now are snippets of the songs. So from the bottom of my heart, if you're going to pledge, thank you so much. This is Lion Beast.
I have to wonder why one on its own ain't enough. My anxious heart can't withstand it. to be holding